Hello to my Taurus. All right, Taurus, let's get right into your reading. Happy new moon in Pisces. All right, hopefully you all are getting your rest. Make sure you are intentional about getting your rest on new moon so that your body can sync with the rhythms of the moon. A lot of things have been exposed about your spiritual gifts, and that is what you want to focus on. And so as light workers, we'll help you to shine a light on if there's still any darkness anywhere that you need to come up out of so you can stay in your light. Focus on your spiritual gifts. Focus on your spiritual gifts. You're going to get a lot of downloads, a lot of dreams. Maybe hopefully you all have a journal next to your bed so you can journal those downloads. Let's get into it. Stop dating people that represent your shadow self. You healed. Ooh. Taurus, oh my God. Stop dating people that represent your shadow self. You healed. You've already moved beyond all of that stuff. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on. So you're trying to get to your north node, right? So people who are operating in North Node, that's what it feels like, is bliss, because it feels like, okay, you know your true calling, your purpose, your energy level increases, all of that. So a lot of people found out a lot of things on this first full moon of this calendar year when they went into hermit mode. And when they came out of hermit mode, it's like some people use that time to create something that's going to be sustainable for years, and they found their light, they found their gift in hermit mode. And then some people just created chaos and confusion about you. So and not just well, no matter what you do, if you're operating in your north node, somebody's going to disagree with it, but we're talking about people who intentionally created chaos and confusion about you, right? So Source is saying, just let Source clean house for you. We're going to get into your reading, try to bring you into the light about some things as far as your psychic gifts and abilities are concerned. And hopefully you can focus on that. Let's get into it, Taurus. Let's do it. Talking to you wherever Taurus is in your birth chart. Happy new moon. Happy new moon to each and every one of you. Take this next 5 to 7 days to really be intentional about setting boundaries and relaxing. Setting your boundaries and relaxing, okay? All right. $319, relationships. So bring forth new love. Your angels are asking you to unblock your energy flow. If you are in a romantic relationship, do something to reinforce the bond you and your significant other have. If you are single, this is a prime time to bring forth new love, okay? So sit in meditation right now for a few moments as you visualize the white light of the divine shining on your heart chakra, clearing out any debris that blocks loving energies from coming to you. All right, Taurus? Yeah. Yep, 3. So 3 would be the Empress card. Somebody's trying to grow their relationships. You don't want any confusion whatsoever. And then also 9, you want to be able to go into hermit mode. 9 will be connecting you to the hermit. You want to grow. You want to go into hermit mode so you can meticulously like take inventory of self. When you go into hermit mode. How does it make you feel when you have time unapologetically when you go into hermit mode to create? You're trying to create room for your rest. You're trying to create your calendar, your schedule, and all that. It really sends some people into a tizzy when they're not familiar with every little move that you're making. It really sends people into some kind of a tailspin, and that's because they have not gotten to their north node. They don't really know what their life purpose is, and they really, as sad as it is, they almost make it seem like their life purpose is to be a busybody. So, all right, let's get into it. So stop dating people that represent your shadow self. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Let's get into it, Taurus. Let's go. Let's go. You're operating in the spirit of love, Taurus. Love, agape love. Let's do it. First card off the deck, yeah. You're leaving behind a lot of distractions. People that just sit around and watch other people and just to create a bunch of chaos and confusion. That is a bad risk to be around those energies. All they do is just watch this person, watch that person. They haven't forgiven you. They holding on to unforgiveness. Don't they have something else to talk about? Yeah, causing emotional wounding. Oh, they just feel some kind of way because they not allowed to sit next to us. First of all, we're talking about operating in the spirit of agape love, right? You hold the key to your own vault door, right? So these energies thrive on trying to make people feel worthless. And so if that means that they can come to you to try to pull you down to their frequency when you have the key to your own vault door, you know this is not you. A person who likes to make people feel worthless. But that's what these energies like to do. They like to create some kind of confusion. So Source is saying you would be detaching and creating something brand new. Creating something brand new while you're in hermit mode. Yep, money is coming across your path. Yep, money is coming across your path. You're creating something new. And I see you back in the saddle with someone. Yeah, so stop dating people that represent your shadow self, right? So this 7, this ace and 7, ace and 6 is 7. 7 of Wands here. You're closing out cycles and learning how to tap into your psychic gift of telepathy. Right? So that's where you know by people's emotions, your clairsentience, your claircognizance, clairvoyance, like you know when people feel worthless. You know when people, you'll know the difference between when people know their worth and they don't want to be bothered with being around certain energies, and they're fine, they're thriving, and but versus people who really feel worthless when they're out of things, and who is actually that energy in between instigating stuff. That's somebody's psychic gifts. Part of somebody's psychic gifts, right? So good news is coming across your path. Really good news is coming across your path, right? You and somebody who loves somebody deep will be creating something together, very strong bond, but you all will be leaving somebody out. You will be leaving somebody out. So the somebody, you have to go to Source to ask clarity from Source for, but yeah. Something is over. Something is completely over because of, you have somebody has a guardian angel on the other side who is really either they're on the other side or you're no longer talking to them, but the guardian angel is really helping you to do the cleansing of the. Some people are, like I said, they're busybodies. They're really busybodies. It can even be somebody in your family. Somebody's a busybody. They like leaving people out because that's how they feel about themselves, and they project that energy onto other people. It's the always, oh no, they can't be a part of this, they can't be a part of that, when that's not your energy. And so it's saying you don't want to invite that kind of energy into your physical, that's your physical vehicle, into your spirit, because it's creating that feeling of worthlessness with somebody's kids. Here we have the 7 of Wands here. So I definitely feel like you and somebody are learning how to reach out to each other via telepathy. Maybe first to kind of sort of test the gift out first to create a warmer environment. Doesn't mean that you all are together, but just you create a warmer environment, So it helps. That's your way of kind of sort of saving someone. But we don't have the power to save anybody, but that's letting people know. It's like, I feel like I'm talking to a couple who has kids together, and the kids may have always felt like they were left out of people's lives because it's 2 separate households. That's what I'm picking up on. So it leaves them wanting to just be a part of anything and just accepting money for just anything, just because they just want to be a part of something. So I feel like in your household and their household, you and somebody will be making kids feel like they are very valuable. Like you're telling them that their worth, and the other parents telling them they know their worth as well. And that's saving them from having a pick-me spirit, just wants to be a part of anything, just accepting any old body as a spouse or mate, or just dating any old body. Some people really don't want to be a part of certain things, and that's their preference, right? And so Source is saying somebody at that point, when they just feel worthless, they just want to run away from just feeling just worthless in people's lives. So let's see what else we got going on. So this is including even family members who have an issue with your ex or something like that, Taurus, who your kids are in the middle feeling worthless. They just so exhausted with just the hearing that somebody's family is better than somebody else's. Source is really calling for you all to put your foot down and put your family in check, for real. Like, but that is the reason why some people don't deal with their family, because they got to hear how horrible of a person you are, Taurus. So they will cut their whole family off to say, listen, you are the product of their intelligent decision. So their kids are a mixture of you. And if that means they got to protect their kids from their own family, they'll cut their whole family off if they're talking about the product of their intelligent decision, which was you. Whether you're a man or woman doesn't really matter. They don't want their kids around that mess. And so Source is saying there's some kind of a call for you to put your foot down too. To know your worth and know your value. That's how you're going to start seeing money coming across your path. You're not just sitting there letting your worth go and seeing it in your face of your own kids' worth and value go down, because they got to hear, from your family how horrible of your choice to choose a mother or a father, their parent. Nobody wants to hear all of that mess about their parents. So Source is saying that's how you're saving yourself from even wanting to just say, you're seeing somebody wanting to just run away from everything. That's very dangerous to kids, to keep hearing about your father is a such and such blankety blank, something low vibrational, or your mother is a blankety blank. Nobody wants to hear that mess. And Source is saying there's a call for you to protect your kids' ears and eye gate from all of that mess. Not just sit there and just, just family over everything. No, over their mental health? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Over their toxicity. So Source is saying you're definitely giving something a rest. You're definitely giving a rest to people, like talking to people, sitting there listening to that and engaging in that negative conversation about somebody that you chose to procreate with. You're surrendering to Source. It is not worth sitting there listening to that mess from your own family about how, because they have something unresolved in their spirit, so they hate your spouse or whoever you had kids with, or your partner, or whoever you procreated with, and they sitting there dumping all their karmic mess onto you, into your water. This right here. Our bodies are made up of a large percentage of water. So you're surrendering to Source. And that's how the tower is going to fall on them. They are not trying, because they are obsessed. They are obsessed. Yeah. So some new seeds are being planted. New seeds are being planted. Somebody is dealing with somebody who acts like a teenager in a grown folks body, competing with your ex. Somebody that you chose to have kids with, they're competing with your ex. That's why we got page energy right here. They still competing with your ex, and y'all ain't even together. Yeah, so you're working on you. You're working on your worth and somebody else's worth, but you are detaching. You're cutting ties with somebody who act like they hate the product of your intelligent decision, who you had kids with. This is your family. They act like they hate who you had kids with, as if you're not adult enough to make your own decision. Like you were just, like somebody just. So that's what you're doing. That's how Source is bringing you into the light. Family members need to know their place. Is if you just, like you were just some airhead out here, just didn't know what you was doing. They creating some kind of chaos and confusion, child. That's how you and somebody gonna finally get some rest. Y'all gonna stay away from them. Y'all end up, they like to talk negatively about people right in other people's face. That person, they not smart enough. They don't know who they are. They're saying this about somebody that you chose to have kids with. So essentially they're saying it to you, that you're not smart enough. But that's what they see when they look in the mirror. They haven't broken out of this karmic cycle of negative self-talk. So therefore they feel like they can say it to you. Maybe because you're younger than they are, because they feel like they got more money than you do, that they feel like somehow they feel superior to you. That is going to stop. So a light has been shown on that. What they're really saying is that they hate the product of the decision they made. That's what they really saying. Okay, this we read between the lines. They don't like the decision that they made. So they taking that mess out on you. When that stops, it's a whole new you. It's a new you. Source wants you to live a softer life. And that is not a soft life where everybody around you feels like they don't want to be around this energy because all they do is that they haven't resolved something within themselves and their own self-worth. So that's your psychic ability, psychic gifts. Yeah. So it's saying stop drinking the poison. The scale from your eyes have been removed. The devil is in the details. And this is what's happening right now because this is in the minor arcana. Keep your vibrations high and watch how you will have a more harmonious relationship with other people who have psychic abilities and psychic gifts. It's not a competition. Somebody sees like their gifts is better than somebody else's. That's a lie straight from the pit of Hades. Hades. Yeah, somebody is being manipulated. A master manipulator. Talking about other people's gifts when all gifts come from the Creator. So that's, if you look at it deeper, they're actually competing with Source inside of somebody else, and their arms are too short to box with Source. That's why you're having a total recall of something. Every single time you choose to be with somebody and somebody is gifted and talented, that's when it's going to hit you. This energy is always in a mist, creating some kind of chaos and confusion. Always in the mist, creating some kind of chaos and confusion. So they're more gifted because they've been around longer. Age doesn't equate to wisdom. Some people pray for the wisdom that Solomon prayed for over material possessions. Source, give me the wisdom to make the right decisions. Give me the wisdom to close out cycles when I need to close out cycles. Somebody is so afraid of you replacing them because they don't like when they see in the mirror. That has nothing to do. Look, you're about to detach because you're starting to see the physical of evidence of when certain people are around them, they just feel lower and lower and lower. And this energy gets all hyped up, blaming it on everybody else. So it's saying, you're too smart for this. Too smart for this. You are not doing an injustice to yourself. Something for somebody and them feeling worthless runs real deep. So as soon as they feel like somebody else is competing with their gifts, because you're closest to them, they feel like they are entitled to basically project their feelings of self-worth, low self-worth onto you. There's somebody in your family. So if it's a man or woman that you choose to be with and they feel like this person is gifted and talented, or somebody, oh, this person is gifted and talented, boy, they predicted such and such, they go right into opposition mode. Just immature. So whatever anxiety you may have been feeling about something will be coming to an end, so that you don't have to feel like you're working on eggshells. It's you and a younger person. Y'all won't feel like y'all walking on eggshells. And this is a message if somebody was being an open book about something and they felt like they was walking on eggshells ever since. And you're seeing the physical, you're seeing it. You're seeing it in your face. The person could start drinking. They could be on medication. They could feel like they're going crazy, but it's like they're having a nightmare being around this energy. And guess what this energy is? This family member is saying, I'm telling you, some of y'all have been married multiple times, or y'all have had multiple relationships in the same common denominator, that one energy. That one energy. They got a problem with everybody, but it's because they have a problem with themselves. So, yeah, you and somebody got some good news coming through. If people don't start doing the energy work, start doing the shadow work, yeah, they always talking about people behind their back, assassinating people's character behind their back. As soon as they walk away, they're too cowardice to say it to people's faces, because if they say it to people's face, they're going to be met with high vibrational love. The love that they crave from whoever it is broke their heart that they procreated with. So they run around starting fights and arguments with everybody. And when people respond to them in love, they don't even know how to. They don't even know how to take it. They just sitting there confused. But they really want the love from the person that they procreated with. That's what they really want. So they don't know what a healthy breakup looks like, where people are not tearing each other down. They don't know what that looks like, where people are not tearing each other down. So don't let your past hold you back. Don't let your past hold you back. Like I said before, you see the physical evidence of something, of somebody around you, of just them feeling lower and lower and lower, maybe depressed, maybe physically they don't look like, you can see the physical change in their body. Maybe their hygiene is not the same, maybe they don't smell the same, maybe their teeth are not looking the same. It's something about them physically that you're seeing they're not growing at the rate that they should be, like in terms of like their spiritual growth, or they just feel, even just their posture, everything. So here we have the burning bowl, because you got this one energy that's always just starting some mess and then acting like they saving somebody. So time to take a breath out, take a breathe out, just to take a breather. Some of these family members need to be put in their place immediately, for real. They are way out of line. They out of pocket. They out of line. They have no problems with talking about who you choose as a spouse or a mate. They don't care how it makes the kids feel. None of that mess. They grounded. So yeah, many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. Yep, some of these people need to be called out. They do. They need to be, some structure needs to be added. You will not be having that conversation around my kids about the person I chose to have kids with, whether it's a man, woman, whatever the case may be. That's how you feel about your relationships. That's not how I feel about mine. So yeah, some of y'all got some loved ones who still are in total regret of who they chose to procreate with. Y'all, somebody is waking up. They feel some kind of way about who they chose to procreate with, and so they dump that mess on everybody they come in contact with instead of going to get some help. They still mad at who they chose to have kids with. They're taking out on the kids, the grandkids, the great-grandkids, everybody else's kids. They don't have nothing. It's just a mess. Love life. So freedom from problems and money troubles. Enjoy the passion of love. Love and to be loved, right? So love affair. Beware. In love affairs at work rarely work and end well. Don't lose your mind. And then guardian angel. So trust your guardian angel. And so new beginnings. It's time for you to hit a reset button, really. So in the direction. Plan where you want to be, right? In independence. Don't depend on others, right? Surprise. Be ready for change. Yeah. There's plenty of healthy co-parenting situations going on without messy family members who like to create a bunch of chaos and confusion because they got unresolved issues. Unresolved, it's creating a mess. Child, the kids sitting there depressed and sad because you got to sit there and listen to all that mess. That's what Source is saying. It's time for you to take leadership, for real. Don't give up. One of a kind. Yeah, one of a kind. Instant manifestation. No debate. You decide. Without an agenda. So that's how the tower about to fall on some loved ones, because they just way out of pocket with the stuff that they saying about the product of your intelligent decision. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. That is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. The longer you sit there, the more and more you're going to see how loved ones around you deteriorate, and that is what they are happy with. Like, they got to be the one to choose your decision. And even if they were given the permission to choose your spouse, if your spouse or love interest displayed any kind of gifts, or any kind of competition with physically how they look or anything, eventually they're going to have a problem with them because of what they see when they look in the mirror. Time to put a stop to it. That's what I have for you. Bye.